Hello world, welcome to Python training, and in this video I am going to explain print in single, double and triple quote. As you can see here, this is single quote, this is double quotes, and triple quotes we can use in two ways. First way is to use three double quotes. Let me write 3D, three double quotes, or three single quotes. So when I'm using three double quotes or three single quote, they both represent triple quote. Now let's see various examples on these. So when I use single quote in print statement or in a string, it is basically to escape the double quotes. What does it mean? Let me write down print, and if I will write down it's a bad example, so it's a bad example, we cannot run it, it will throw error. Why it is a bad example? Because I'm using single quote here, right? This is single quote, and when I'm using single quote I cannot use single quote within that string. If I'm using single quote and I have to use single quote inside it, how will I do that? I will use the escape sequence. So how can we escape this particular single quote? Using one backward slash. If I'll run this, it will print it's a bad example. Or let me make it as a good example, because it is printing the value now, so it's a good example. So when I'll run it, it's printing it's a good example. Now this is about usage of single quote. Let me use double quote. So inside double quote I can write single quote, so when I'll run it, it will print the value it's a good example. But if I'm using double quote, then inside I cannot write double quote, it will print error. So how can I write double quote inside double quote? The same way I use single quote inside single quote, by using escape sequence backward slash. So it will print this is a good example, and it is printing the double quote that I have provided. So primarily we use single quote to escape double quote inside the string or inside the text, and we use double quote to escape the single quote inside the string or the value that we are printing. So I can use easily double quote inside a single quote, it will print the value. So let me summarize it. So when I'm using single quote, I cannot use single quote directly inside it, but I can use single quote by escaping it with backward slash, and I can use double quotes inside the single quote. So these are 3 points about single quote. With double quote, I cannot use double quotes directly. I can use double quotes by escaping it with backward slash, and I can use single quote inside the double quotes. So this is the summary of what we have seen in the previous examples. Now coming to the triple quotes. So triple quotes can be three single quote or three double quote. Let's say I'm using three single quotes first. Inside it I can use single or double quote, it will escape both. Now if you look closely, I'm using triple quotes. Inside triple quote I'm using single quote as well as double quote. It doesn't create any problem. It will print the output. It's a good example. Thank you. Now instead of three single quotes, let me use three double quotes. So this is triple quote using three double quotes. Here also you can use single quote as well as double quotes. If I'll run this program, it is printing correctly. It's good example. Thank you. So it is basically accepting single quote as well as double quote. But what happens after the thank you, if I'll remove the space at the end, in this case it is throwing error. It is not able to recognize it as a triple quote because four double quotes are coming in continuation. So in order to recognize as a triple quote, three continued triple quotes should be there, not more than that. So it's a very tricky part. This will run good, but as soon as I'll make something like this, it will not work. Another example of using triple quote is that we can use print statement in multi-line. This is multi-line string. This is another usage of triple quotes. So it is printing this is multi-line string, and I can use three single quotes also. The output is same. So this was the quick video on printing in single, double and triple quotes.